So I've started to do this little post here based upon a post by Georgi Kablarov on a little challenge he's put out for the web. But I want to take a step back and actually talk about why I think his post is so significant about what Georgi said. It began with a conversation around Sparkle, the need or not to need to have Sparkle, or rather, do we need inferencing? And I don't want to say that we don't need inferencing, because I think there's some brilliant examples of what inferencing, the power of inferencing can do if we achieve a web of data. And of course everyone's seen the cloud of data that's all linked together. My only trouble with this is I don't think that this is the first exciting problems that linked data is going to solve, is the big thing. I think later on, once people start to come to terms with what data means and how to organize data via URIs, that it'll actually become interesting and that Sparkle might come into play. But I still think it's a technology way off still in terms of adoption. What I want to talk about, well, and to go into that a little bit further, I do think Sparkle is very much an academic technology. It's something that people say that, oh, if we just had all the data in the web, then we could do Wolfram Alpha and we could do these great questions. The trouble with it is when it comes down to the real people. And we had this conversation at the Linked Data hackathon in Bristol, and there was just a really interesting point about the developers. It's very difficult for them to shift their mind from thinking about a document or a resource-oriented web into a data-oriented web. And they've been working with all these tools for so long. There's going to be a long change before the skills are built up, and more importantly, the way that the human mind thinks about inferencing and data sets before we really get some pragmatic stuff. And what I think the quick wins are going to be, and this goes into what Georgi was saying, is more around the fact of we got to problem solve things. We don't need to, get all the data up there in the world and then yay, the world will be a great place. What we need to actually do is actually talk about what are the real problems we want to solve. And so it usually comes down to a couple of people talking about something is broken. We need to fix that broken thing. And that's really the point. And what's exciting about Georgi's post here is that that's what he's doing. And he's asking for a challenge. And this is kind of my encouragement of other people. And I've got a little series of things that I want to solve that aren't necessarily even need linked data or triple stores, but could be done with key value stores that I plan to submit and show off. But I want to encourage other people to think about this and start thinking about the real problems, because I do think there's some stuff that really can be fixed and developers are cracking on with. One of the exciting ones being bibliography. I think it's a common set of data that's disparate across multiple systems that really has an opportunity to be very exciting if we start to enable data sets that are usually rather are very similar in the sense that they're very Dublin Core-like or Mark-like, and so there is some base by which we can base our queries and questions, but of course they get extended from that. But there is some basic things that all core bibliographies data sets build on, like author, name, title, so forth and so on. I've also really been talking a lot about pronom and MIME types and how important it is for us to be able to have actual MIME types in URI form so that we can actually do things on the web. But that's just two of them. I've got another couple too, and I'll explain them in further later on. But I did just want to make this point, I think we need to have a very serious thought in terms of, okay, well, we've kind of talked about the big vision and what can be achieved, and yes, that might be something we really care about once more data is out there, but that's still got to exponentially start to grow. What I think can be achieved is solving real problems with real developers doing very exciting things with data sets that up until now have not been usable because we haven't been leveraging the power of the URI and what it can achieve for us. But I'll talk about that a bit more. Till then, I would encourage everyone to check out Georgi's post. If you just head over to his blog, georgi.kablarov.com, and check out his challenge, I think that's a really good idea to check it out and drop him some posts. And hopefully he'll be taking that to the Linked Data London event. Him and Silver, I'm hoping, eventually do another one. So see you there, hopefully with some interesting problems.